So we'll start with the first question. Steve, after all those years with Show of Hands, what's been the most surprising part of stepping out on your own for this tour?
Well, what I've noticed, actually, I noticed on the last tour was how much how much more money I make.
Always a bonus.
No, it's I've always been doing solo tours, but they've always been, if you like, in addition to a show of hands schedule. So we may have a big spring tour, an autumn tour, a load of festivals, and it's been slotted in. To be out on my own, it's almost like I'm trying to create a new audience for myself. And we've always, obviously, for the show of hands crowd, we have to play some familiar songs. There's a certain texture that they're used to. But being not being tied to that particular, shall I say, like an oral landscape, I can go down perhaps more the traditional singer-songwriter path. Maybe more songs, slightly more urban in their feel, more American influence, slightly more Springsteeny and Dylan influence. So, yeah, it's given me a chance to explore some other avenues. A lot more fingerstyle guitar. A lot of
Mm.
people said they didn't realize I did some of the more complex things on the guitar because with Phil, I tend to just beef away at the big chunky chords, and he does all the decorations. But
Yeah,
on my own, you're trying to fill up the sound a bit more. So that's been interesting.
yeah,
And so, yeah, really, it's been, I consider it like a new direction. Most of the time, I'm playing to a proportion of the show of hands audience,
mm.
because you have to remember that if 500 people came to see us, I mean, say in Leeds, another 2 or 3 thousand chose not to. So it's hard to get to that lot if I'm part of that original format, if you see what I mean.
Yeah,
But by going down the more singer-songwriter, people can say, well, look, you might not have really enjoyed Show of Hands, but this is something slightly different. So it's almost like beginning again, and it's a bit of a challenge,